Okay, I found a smaller eyelet. I've got my crimping pliers here. Here's the bolt, and it goes over there quite nicely. Right, so what I'm going to do is just screw that back in briefly, just for a quick second. Okay, so I've just peeled back this black wire, the earth. I'm just going to twist it, and then I'm going to fold it in half, back on itself, like so. And I'm going to stick it into the eyelet, but not so far that it's all the way through like that. It's got to be right smack in the middle, so that when you crimp it on, it's not gonna fall through. Okay, so I'll just put I'll try the yellow one first. Line it up. Get it so that it's just poking through like that, so it's not all the way through. Just spin it around so it's, when it clamps up, it's going to clamp, and then clamp it down. Just go to the next size down just in case. No, that's fine. That's holding quite well. Just give it a tug, and as you can see, I've cut the red one off. So I'm just going to use my little connector here. Okay, so undo this side of your bracket for your battery. Slide your battery out, like so, and slide it just out so that it's just clear over here, and then feed your cable through with your terminator connection on it. Okay, that's going to just tuck in that little slot that the battery cable, the negative battery cable sits on. Then just pull that back slightly, line it back up, slide your battery in. Then pull your clamp over, stick your battery clamp back on, and then we can actually stick this back on. Turn your key back on. Put your cover over. And then screw it all back in. Just tuck that in there like so. Just so it's tucked out of the way. Get your 10mm socket spanner and just tighten that up so it's nice and tight. Turn your key back off. Okay, so that's your negative connected. So with your positive, you're going to need a pair of pliers, which I've lost at the moment. And we're going to use one of these connectors here. So basically, it's designed so that you put the cables in there and then close that connection up, flip the lid back over and close it. So we're going to tap into this line here, which was the closest. So put this over like so. I don't know if you can see that. I'll see if I can zoom down a bit. So I'm just going to slide this over top of the cable, pull it right through. It only has to go into the first one, and then this cable here slots right up through the second hole. Have a look through with your eye to make sure that it's sitting through. Don't make it poke right through like that. Pull it back a little bit, but not so much that it's not going to touch here. So before we do that though, we just want to check that we're still on the correct cable before we crimp it off. Get your probe, put it back onto earth, check your connection, check your connection on your battery first to make sure you've still got a light. Yes, we have. Close that back off, and then just double check this connection when you turn the key on that you're getting power there before you connect it, just in case you're not. And as you can see, we're getting a connection there. Turn the key off and make sure it goes off. Yes, it goes off, so that will give you power when you turn the key on. Okay, I'm not trying to, you guys probably already know that, so I'll just close this off, make sure that cable doesn't pull through. Make sure it's all sitting nicely before you do that, before you crimp it off. Crimp it off. Flip the lid over and then close it in. It'll snap together. Just pick it through, and that's your connection made. So now you should be able to turn your auto tune on, and you should see some lights come on, hopefully. There you go, look at that. Both the units have come to life. Auto tune is flashing. So I'll turn the key off now, so that's got power. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect my loom into the auto tune unit. So I've got my O2 sensors in. I'll just disconnect camera and I'll zoom into those. Okay, it's very hard to see. What I've done is I've fed a plastic trace down through the back of here, but inside the frame still, so it's not coming up against the back of the guard, and then following the loom down underneath this side of the engine, and you'll see there's a, we'll have a bit of a look, and I've just got to tie on the cables for the for my O2 sensor. So I'll just come and have a look. Okay, so I've got my cable tied onto my pull trace, and I'm going to pull it up through into the engine bay, or up into the battery chassis bay. So I'm just going to carefully pull that up now. Just give it a go. Here it is here. Carefully pull it up through. Oh, okay, it came, but I need two hands to actually wiggle it through. So I've actually jammed it. I'll have to free it up. Okay, so now this is for the rear. This one here is for the rear cylinder. I've got the O2 sensor hooked into my exhaust pipe on the rear cylinder. Just pull this out of the way like so. Line up the slot with the slot on here, push it in, and then click it into place. And then once you've got that in there, tuck it out of the way so it's not going to get damaged. In this case, I should have disconnected it and put it through underneath the wires there, so I'll just click this out. And I'll just poke it down through, out of the way there. I'll just feed these wires up through here and behind this regulator, the coil. Like so, because that's going to be tucked in out of the way once I get that cable in through here. So I'm going to see here, here's the old the old original 12mm O2 sensor. I'm just going to pull that through, and it comes through into this cavity here. Just going to take that out. I'm just going to poke these wires back through the same route. Just twist them up a little bit so that they don't open up so much. Or you could just put some tape on them. Let's poke them in through there. Once you've got one through, you can pull the rest through, like so. Get them through, and just pull them through so that they're nice in there. Get your O2 sensor, your original, the new one, and again line up the slot with the slot, push it in firm, and then make it click and lock it in, like so. Okay, we'll tidy that up in a minute. We'll just pull this through a little bit, because the last thing you want to happen is this cable to burn out or be very, very badly kinked. So I'm just going to try and tuck it up out of the way a little bit. We've got it up into the cavity here. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll soon find out. Yep. Okay. Right, so now we've got both the front, so that's one, and the rear is two sensors into the area where we need the auto tune. So now we're going to actually connect it into the auto tune itself. So we'll tidy all this up once we've actually got everything sorted. So if you have a look here, I'm not sure if you can see that, but we'll zoom in just so you can see. On this side here, we've got like white, grey, black, yellow, red, blue, and it's got 1 and 2 with all the same as well. So 1 I'm going to use as front cylinder, 2 the rear cylinder. So I'm just going to wire those cables into its relevant port. So we'll do that. Let me get right back to you.